Hello and welcome to another episode of Nuclear Throne. So, I just had a bit of a heartbreaking incident where I spent the last hour plus recording, and OBS didn't get the game audio. And I, of course, spent 10 minutes trying to solve the problem. Rebooting the computer was the solution, because of fucking course it is. Well, I recorded this whole other video where I did hard mode and we died in the cheese caves, but there's no damn game audio. So I've been demoralized from playing hard mode. We died in the cheese caves. I didn't get the gold nuke launcher. Yeah, so I'm not uploading that because there's no fucking game audio. So instead, since I've warmed up by playing hard mode for an hour, I guess I'll play regular mode, and I was gonna say never get hit, but well, we've already been hit. I said I didn't like the fish sea skin. It's a bit bright. Gaudy, perhaps. Turns out, the fish sea skin is quite cool, and you can, it changes the guitar from acoustic to electric. Cool little detail. So what I want to do is unlock Crown of Guns. And then we're going to try to hang on to Crown of Guns for as long as possible. You might be saying, why the hell would you want to do that? Crown of Guns sucks. And yeah, that's true. But, I've been demoralized from playing hard mode, so what we're gonna do is, see if we can find a gun. If you don't know the gun, it, is the other way of getting a gold nuke launcher, gold disc gun, for the Good Riddance achievement. You basically get the, gold, you get the gun, and then you store it in a proto chest, and then you farm ammo off the, Shrine Guardians. Are they called Shrine Guardians? What are, the Vault Guardians, I guess. Yeah, that would make more sense. And then you just keep making guns with the gun, and eventually, you should find the golden nuke launcher. So yeah, maybe that's what we'll try to do. Hello, disc gun. We've got good use out of you in hard mode, but I don't think we want you to know. You to know? I don't know what I'm saying, man. The whole thing about, Crown of Guns is you kind of want to use melee. So I would like long arms anyway, because we're playing as fish, and I'm probably going to try to use the guitar. It's just a good melee weapon, isn't it? Yeah, so that's kind of the idea. Get a gun, put it in a proto chest. I don't know. We'll see. Might happen, might not happen. We may just unlock Crown of Guns as fish. But yeah, he seems well suited for it because you're guaranteed access to a pretty good melee weapon that doesn't use ammo. So that's the train of thought that I had. We'll see. I don't know. Also, just I haven't played fish in a while since the Fun Warrant video. So why not? Yeah, in all those hard mode videos I recorded, I had a whole bunch of stuff that I was talking about, and I was quite proud of them. And then, of course, you know, game says no. Game says no? What? Not game. OBS said no. My computer? Alright, snipers. Can we cut it out with this? Sniping of me? It's got, like, all the angles on lock here. Well, I've gotten better at dodging snipers from playing hard mode. No, I don't think we want a sawed-off shotgun. There we go. Nice thing about the grenade launcher is you can just get rid of any, pesky little fire traps. Yeah, so I was talking about the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies and Dune and all this stuff, and, it's all for nothing. I guess I could bring some of it back into the fold. Yeah, I started out with saying I heard online today that perhaps the team that made the original Lord of the Rings films might be getting back together to make a new trilogy about the Northern Kingdom in Middle-earth. Interesting. I don't know. Could be good. Could fucking suck as well, because I can't say I have the most faith in Hollywood just in general. Peter Jackson and his team, I'm sure will do great, but it's the production companies that I have no trust in. Should we take Fucking Throne Butt? I guess not. I guess we'll take Boiling Veins. I never take Water Boost as fish. It can be good, I guess, but it confuses my brain, so I don't take it. Yeah, what was the last like Hollywood production that I saw that I really liked? I guess it was Dune. There was a movie called Freaky Tales that was not like the most well-known thing ever. Came out last year. That was alright. It was decent. But yeah, Dune was probably the last thing that I really liked. I don't know, also, like, the last couple Lord of the Rings related things that came out were a bit dubious, right? What the hell was going on with Rings of Power? I don't know if it's valid to do so, but I would love to blame Jeff Bezos for that one. Considering it was an Amazon thing. But, yeah, maybe Hollywood will have learned their lesson from the Rings of Power and make actually good Lord of the Rings related things instead of whatever nonsense that was. I really think the issue with that was mostly funding, right? Like, the costumes just looked horrible. Nobody's heart really seemed to be in it. With the exception, funnily enough, of Jeff Bezos, but like, he's the one with all the money. Why is he hoarding it and not make, like, rich people used to, like, fund the arts and things? Anyway, Trigger Fingers? I've got Bloodlust. I suppose we take Trigger Fingers. Yeah, I don't know. Dune was quite good, but the Hobbit films and such were less so, so I unsure what to think. It's an auto crossbow. The auto crossbow. My friend, the auto crossbow. And another Splinter pistol. Yeah, so I suppose I should probably go rewatch the Hobbit movies, and since we're watching Return of the King just now, we might go back and do that anyway. My memory is that the first film was quite decent. The second one was less so, although still decent. The first film, I think its biggest, oh right, we want to go in the Crown Vault. Let's not forget. The biggest crime of the first Hobbit movie, I think, was probably using an Ed Sheeran song. Although, you know, out of the Ed Sheeran songs, that one was quite pretty and nice. I think I will take a laser minigun game. Thank you for the suggestion. I know I've taken Trigger Fingers, and these are all quite fast weapons that I've got, but, you know, why not? We might see a Super Plasma Cannon. I jest about the Ed Sheeran thing. I don't know, it's not like they used Shape of You. Oh, right, we're taking Crown of Guns. I forgot. Everything's gonna be out the window. We're gonna take, whatever weapons we have ammo for, because that's the Crown of Guns life, isn't it? Isn't fucking nuke launcher, huh? Well, I have got, Boiling Veins. I would love to nuke this gentleman. Okay. I'm gonna save the ammo chest for as long as we can. I don't think I've used the nuke launcher once yet in the video. But yeah, so the first couple Hobbit films were fine, and then what the fuck were they doing with Battle of the Five Armies, man? What the hell was that? It was weird and campy and not necessarily in the right ways. Like, there were moments of camp in the original Lord of the Rings movies. It is for sure true. But they were, you know, to some degree, maybe, like, the tone was correct. Oh, I wanted ammo, but that's fine. We will take long arms. The tone still felt there, right? And I do feel like the tone of Battle of the Five Armies, it was trying to do too many things. It was, like, both tonally kind of dark, with the dark, you know, Thorin being a prick and all that stuff, getting gold sickness or whatever. And then, on the flip side of things, there's, like, Legolas fucking doing the most ridiculous shit you've ever seen. and I don't know, tonally fell all over the place. I haven't seen this movie in years, I must admit, so maybe I will have a different opinion on it when we rewatch it. Maybe it'll be my favorite film of all time, although I don't think that's going to be the case, just being honest. We've got all the stuff to make the Lightning Hammer good here, and considering it's Crown of Guns time, I think this might be the way to go. We'll just have the Gatling Slugger on deck for some damage. I'm scared. For good reason. How dare you not die? No! Oh, that was such a good Crown of Guns attempt. This happens to me every time I take Crown of Guns. I get, like, all the right things, and then, everything goes wrong. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we could do it again here. But, yeah, the last, what was I saying? Hobbit films, yeah, all that stuff. The last movie that came out from Hollywood that I really enjoyed was probably Dune Part 2. But I will say I kind of ruined it for myself, because we saw Dune 1 in theaters. It was incredible. I think I saw it twice in theaters, actually, because I liked it so much. And then, heard Dune 2 was coming out, and I wanted to read the source material, so I got the book. I guess lucky shot, if we're doing, well, I say I got the book. I don't really have the attention span to read, full books anymore. I've pickled my brain with, too much internet and things. Far too much YouTube, truly, for my own good. But I find myself having trouble reading full books, although last year I did read all 5 Stormlight books, when the 5th book and final in that arc was announced. I want to see if I missed my rads. I did. I didn't quite have it in me to, read Dune, and I guess this was prior to the Stormlight thing, so that makes sense. I guess we'll take stress instead, huh? Although back muscle, probably a good idea. Just go big on ammo with, Crown of Guns? I don't know. Yeah, so I, of course, got the audiobook for Dune, and I didn't quite finish it in time for, the second movie to come out, so I finished it maybe a week or two after we saw this Dune 2. Dune Part 2 in theaters, and if you don't know, the Dune films, the first 2, lined up just about perfectly with the first book. And the end of the books I found to be quite inspiring and interesting. I don't remember the characters' names, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm going to use the actors' names in the films to, I guess, big on ammo, to figure this out. But, yeah, so you've got the main character played by, Timothée Chalamet, and then you've got his, like, actual love interest who he cares for, being Zendaya's character. And then you've got, the character played by Florence Pugh, who's, like, some relative of the Emperor. I don't remember exactly, what relation to the Emperor. But, yeah, so she, towards the end of the book, he marries Florence Pugh's character in order to, like, for political reasons, right? If that makes sense. To try to, like, become emperor or some shit. I don't remember the exact context of it, but he marries Florence Pugh's character, but Zendaya's character is his consort. And initially you're like, what the fuck, this sounds like super misogynistic and weird, but the author, Frank Herbert, actually did something quite interesting with it, and in the book it's kind of implied that the labels don't really matter, and what does matter is who our hero actually loves. And Zendaya's character kind of understands this, and he kind of ices Florence Pugh's character, and it's like, it feels more progressive coming from the book that came out in the 1950s than the film that came out in 2024. That's, like, lauded and all this stuff. Good film, but, like, so the way it happens in the movie, spoilers obviously for Dune, sorry, I've spoiled many things. The way it happens in the film, he marries Florence Pugh's character, and then Zendaya's character takes it like infinitely personally, and she the film ends with her riding off on a sandworm. Also, sorry for the heinous whistling sound if you can hear that. I don't like it either. Thank you, the neighborhood that I live in. I'm just waiting for the sound to end so my mic doesn't pick it up. But it's not ending! The whistle goes forever! How dare you laser right where my health pack is? Okay. And we're out of energy. It's still going, man! What the fuck? Why? I guess. And I guess we're just gonna swap weapons up. Yeah, so I don't know. I was confused by the ending of the Doom movie. In retrospect, having finished the book, I was like, what the hell? What's going on? It did not make sense to me. And perhaps they were making artistic choices that were intended to set up something in Dune Part 3. And I only read the first book, so it's also possible that I'm like completely wrong about Frank Herbert and he's a misogynist and all this, but you know, I will say my wife did agree with me. My assessment that the book felt more progressive than the movie, which is usually like the opposite of what happens. They usually take like a book that's incredibly problematic and turn it into like a very milquetoast movie that it kind of whitewashes the original heinous things in the book. I suppose we should take the hyper rifle, huh? We've got Recycle Gland. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on Dune. I'm still excited for the next movie, and even all of that said, that was like the last movie that came out that I was like, yeah, this is actually a good film. I feel like Hollywood is kind of not interested in making art anymore. And I know this is like boomer take, but it's really it's an anti-capitalist take is what it is. It's like they're just far too interested in making money, and that leads to, you know, them doing things that are very anti-art in general. Like I don't know, they'll like a streaming service will be the only place where you can watch a certain film or TV show, and they'll remove it from their streaming service. I really wanted to get that stuff. Okay, man, fine. They'll remove it from their streaming service, purely so that they don't have to pay residuals anymore. We already have Crown of Guns. Why did I even come here? Okay. I was wondering why things felt kind of strange in my game. I'm like, there's a lot of gun drops. Far too busy yapping. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if we can unlock Crown of Guns. Oh right, we've got Little Hunter, haven't we? Yeah, this is gonna be Little Hunter. I didn't do a very good job of preparing for his arrival, did I? Oh shit. The IDPD is fucking me up, man. They shot their own guy. Okay, well, we lived so far. I want to get rid of that golden tank as soon as we can. Okay. Okay, boys, lads, men, gentlemen, everyone. And here you hear me sounding like a misogynist, of course, in my choice of words. Seeker pistol. I guess the heavy assault rifle is a little bit more ammo saving. Perhaps that's the right idea. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of a mind that Hollywood and just, I don't know, our capitalist overlords in general are kind of just ruining things for us by being greedy. And I mean, what the fuck is the deal with AI? I feel like who's the very unfunny comedian? Seinfeld? Yeah, that's the one. What's the deal with artificial intelligence? I don't know. Is that a good Seinfeld impression? Probably not. Shouldn't be rolling around here, because I'm gonna have a fish explode in my face. Yeah, I feel like, these Silicon Valley vampires, literally, they have, like, blood boys and stuff. They just... all they care about is, like, doing whatever they can to ruin art in the world. I don't understand it, man. What's the point? Like, the claim is that, they're gonna, like, you know, remove all the menial tasks from life and make it so you have more time to make art, but that feels like the exact opposite of what's going on to me. Artists are getting absolutely ruined. But yeah, this is not a hot take at all. I feel like everybody who is not one of those Silicon Valley vampires kind of feels this way, but I don't know. Being somebody who studied programming, it does kind of feel like the consensus is pro AI, but I don't know. I've heard from others that it's not. I don't know. I don't talk to that many people in my daily life, so it's kind of hard to tell. It's got to be trigger fingers, right? Although we do have a minigun, and that was Eagle Eyes. That is an interesting thought. Well, there go my rads. I'm not sure where the canister was, but it is gone. No. Not having that. I refuse to die to a dog. Would have been nice to remember I had the Super Slugger too. But we gotta be careful with ammo with this thing, so... should probably just stick to the recycle gland for the most part here. That is an auto crossbow. Did I miss the rad canister? Auto crossbow or... it's gonna be much harder with ammo. We gotta stick with what we got. Let's hope we can unlock Reneguns here. It would be nice to see. I struggle with this one. We're at the throne, so I'll take a drink. Good stuff. Yeah, I don't know. If you've got any opinions on, you know, the Hobbit films or any of such things that I've talked about, you know, leave a comment. One of the things that I said in the video that ended up getting completely wasted because the game audio was not there was, you know, as a child I didn't have much access to other kinds of media, so I read a lot of books, and there were some funny anecdotes in there. It's not that we were particularly poor or anything. It's not like we were super well off, but we weren't, you know, impoverished either. Okay, dodges somehow. But it's just kind of my parents were moderately strict, and you know, if I was watching TV, it was allowed to be one of a few things. Science Channel, Discovery Channel, those sorts of things. That was kind of it. I was not, oh, right, the guitar. I suppose we should just hit this guy with the Super Slugger until we're out of ammo, huh? Which is gonna happen very soon. No, we died! No! Damn it, man. I had more stories I wanted to tell. Well, I guess I can tell them in the next video. We unlocked Chronoguns' fish. We didn't see the gun though. And look, there's the electric guitar. I showed it off, barely. It sounds kind of ugly. I might mod my game and replace the sound file for that with something that sounds a little nicer. Will that disable achievements? I don't know. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that stuff, and share the video with a friend, because that would be very helpful. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you!